Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wright Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's Right Choice. Glad to be back after our little 1 week break.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, it's always good to be back, and as for my first time, I'll be hosting it today, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited.
I got Scotty on the mic today.
Yeah.
That's one of the changes that we made to the Rat Morning Show is we're trying to diversify the people who are hosting the show. That way I don't have to keep telling you
every time,
yeah,
right?
keep telling you that I can't make it today.
Yeah, so
All right.
kind of be a little patient with me today. I'm still learning I got to remember our schedule, but either way, it's good to be back. New times, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Had a little bit of schedule changes since our little 1 week departure from the show. So 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. So just make sure you catch it live here on 106.9 FM.
Yes.
And without any further ado, let's just go ahead and hop right into our local news, Pat.
Yeah, so what's going on?
So let me go ahead and pull it up here. Dayton police to conduct drills in UD student neighborhoods starting today.
Wonder what kind of drills they are.
I don't know. We've heard a lot of news over in UD, especially like right when COVID first hit. Remember, they were throwing those big parties and everything. And yeah. There's a lot of news over there in UD sometimes. But Dayton police are scheduled to conduct drills in a University of Dayton student neighborhood Tuesday, June 8th, and Wednesday, June 9th. So today and tomorrow. Police will be conducting training at 43 and 47 Woodland Avenue in the North Student Neighborhood, according to a release from the university. People near the area may see public safety vehicles, uniformed police officers, cordoned off houses, actors portraying injured victims with makeup.
Oh, so this is kind of like a police drill.
Yeah, so it's I know they kind of do these at like places of employment too. I know they have some drills at school. Some schools and stuff, so it's kind of one of those things. It's an act, if you will, but it's a drill. It's for safety purposes. UD wants to remind anyone in the area during this time to just be aware that the activity is part of a scheduled exercise.
Do not be alarmed about the acting victim on the ground.
Yeah, for real. I know I've seen a lot of these portrayed on the news. People just kind of not reenacting, but just acting them out. I know a lot of them do, like school shooter kind of like trainings, like protect yourself against it, and they'll have like simulations, like real life simulations of it. Mm-hmm. So those are pretty beneficial. A lot of people want to educate themselves, which is a great thing. So obviously they're going to be using the UD neighborhoods. So if you're in the area, just make sure you watch out a little bit.
Yeah.
So Spark Fairborn to reopen Wednesday.
Spark Fairborn, huh?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what that is, but it looks like it's some type of eatery. Spark Fairborn will be hosting its grand reopening ceremony June 9th. The facility, which reduced its operations during the coronavirus pandemic. Of course, another thing got hit by COVID, right?
Yeah.
Will reopen to the public at 5 p.m. Wednesday with dishes and goodies from a selection of the facility's growing businesses. Located at 305 West Main Street in Fairborn, Spark was founded in 2018 as an incubator kitchen and co-working space. The building is a place for entrepreneurs, particularly those in culinary industries, to experiment and gain experience and mentor guidance as they start their own companies. That's really cool. I haven't heard of that.
Very cool. So that's what they meant by an incubator kitchen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know I went to Miami Valley Career Technology Center. They had like a specific class for that where people would train to be chefs and stuff. And obviously back in high school, I had a cooking class too, which is where I got my love for baking.
Nice.
I love to bake now. It's amazing.
Out of curiosity, what do you bake usually?
If my grandma's listening, she knows I love to make snickerdoodles. That's probably my number one thing to make. Sugar cookies here and there. I just don't have time to bake anymore. Like the past 2 years, I haven't had time. I was considering doing it when I was living here in the apartments here in Fairborn during the school year, but I didn't have the pans and all that stuff or anything, the cookie sheets to do it. But either way, I love baking. Snickerdoodles. I think I made one coffee cake with my grandma before. I know I've helped her out with a lot of stuff, but back in, I think it was like into high school, I would help her out with some things. But I love to do it when I have the opportunity to. I want to make a cake sometime. I haven't done that.
I need to show you how to make cheesecake.
Yeah, my grandma makes it in like the instant pot. Yes.
Oh, I don't do that. I do it the real way.
Okay.
I bake it.
No, I've never made a cheesecake before, man. All right, so continuing on, before we did anything, we went back and asked the city, the community, and the Spark members, why is Spark important? Said Rachel Desrochers. So interesting last name there. Who serves as a consultant for Spark Fairborn. It has nothing to do with the fact that, oh, there's this new co-working space and incubator. It's the fact that we are committed to making an entrepreneurial space for the community. It's dropping the buzzwords of co-working and kitchen incubating and offering entrepreneurial opportunities for people in their own backyard. Sounds like a great opportunity, though.
If you're looking to start a local restaurant or something, I would imagine this would be a good place to get training on that.
Yeah, so I know you're kind of over there, Pat. You really can't see, but they got a nice little area here on the top where I'm assuming all the training is done and stuff. Yeah, you can kind of get a little bit of a peek of it, and then they got the stuff in the back. I'm assuming is where you'll be actually putting the stuff in at. But we're going to go ahead and move on from that, but that looks really cool. So you're looking to have any type of baking experience, to get a business going, if you will, I think that'd be a really cool thing to check out. I know a few people that have gone into the baking industry / cooking to become a chef, and they love it. So great opportunity here in the Dayton area. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. So I open up this new tab. From the Dayton Daily News, Dayton Playbook, downtown's weakness may become its strength. Dayton and a couple of its partners are working on a new playbook for accelerating downtown investment that they hope will lure new projects to the urban core. New housing has fueled downtown's rebirth, and officials and urban planners believe that the creative economy and newer generations of workers will want to move into the core if it's the right vibe and amenities. I like how they added vibe in there, man.
That's interesting.
They're starting to add some slang in the news. In the papers. They're trying to go hip, if you will, Pat.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to be talking about people being the GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT. I mean, I say that all the time. But,
I was yesterday years old when I finally learned what GOAT meant.
Are you serious?
Greatest of all time. I had no idea.
So every time I've said it here in the office or anything, you just didn't know what that meant?
I thought,
or Jay or somebody?
I did not exactly know what it meant.
That's funny. No, it's just an acronym. Greatest of all time. I swear, like how you've heard me say it a million times. How have you?
I had an idea of what it meant. Like this is a super awesome person, but I didn't know it was an acronym.
Yeah, greatest of all time, aka running back Marshawn Lynch. But anyways, people want to be where the action is," said John Goer, urban design director and placement marketer engineer with Citywide in the city of Dayton, who is helping develop the framework. They want to be in places that are attractive, exciting, and beautiful. One focus of the new playbook is improving the street-level experience along Main Street, which has a high concentration of unused commercial spaces. Goer said office vacancies, for years.
Office
vaccines. I mean, I see that word all the time with COVID now, right?
Yeah.
It's throwing me off. But for years, were a weakness for downtown. But they now present one of the best opportunities for economic growth. How much have you been to the downtown Dayton area?
So I go down there quite often when I ride my bicycle, but I don't actually really explore downtown Dayton. I just kind of pass it by when I'm on my bicycle.
I mean, I go down there once every few months when I live here in Fairborn and everything, and it's a nice little area. I went down there 2 months ago. Last month, it was 2 months ago. It's June now. I got to remember that. About 2 months ago, I went down there to buy a gift for my buddy for his birthday, and it's a nice place to look at. Since the past years where it's kind of been more run down, there's still a lot of work that could be done, like this article says. But
yeah.
I still think it's a pretty nice area for what it is. Dayton's a pretty good music city.
I was gonna say ever since a few years ago, especially when they built the Levitt Pavilion downtown.
Yep.
And also Riverscape as well. There's been a lot of music downtown. So if you go down there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, chances are you're gonna hear a band that's playing or something like that.
Yeah, my buddy was talking to me, what was it, like a few months ago, and he was talking about wanting to have a show here and have local bands come here and just kind of interview them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of local bands. I personally haven't been able to listen to a lot of them because I don't go to downtown Dayton much to hear it. But, and obviously COVID and everything, it throws everything off. COVID, I mean, I say it in every sentence now, right? But either way, I think that'd be pretty cool. Be able to experience more of the downtown stuff. It's good that everything's starting to reopen back up. You're going to see places like downtown Dayton kind of becoming more alive.
Yeah, it's already started. I was down there last week, I believe, and there was a lot of people walking around and enjoying the park scenery and stuff in Riverskate.
Yeah, they just want to work on some commercialization down there. That's the only thing they really want to touch up on to kind of make it look more pretty. So there's a lack of commercialization, if you will, commercialization down there in the downtown area.
Get that Oregon district expanded a little bit too.
Yeah, right.
Because that is a big part of Dayton. It's the Oregon district.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on here for the last segment of our local news.
Whoa.
Yeah, did you hear that?
I think somebody's vacuuming in the other room and they just hit the wall.
Yeah, something. Dayton elected leader and highlights Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Mike visits Montgomery County Commissioner Debbie Lieberman to talk tourism in the greater Dayton area and what visitors may find in 2021. I don't think people think of tourism when they think of Dayton, Ohio, Lieberman said. We have a lot to offer, and we're excited to get back here very soon. The Air Force Museum is incredible. Anybody who is listening who hasn't been there, you've got to go. Sounds like she's on radio, right?
Yeah.
Those who have need to come back, it's just amazing things that museum. I've been to one in D.C. many times, and ours is definitely better. That's all she had to say for that. Oh, it's a video too. I don't want to play that. But.
We got a kick butt museum over here at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and it gets bigger and bigger over time. Like, it is huge now.
I really do. I got to say, I do like the Air Force Museum. I haven't been there since, I'd say, like, freshman year maybe of, like, high school, right? So it's been a while. It's been, like, 5 years, but I've gone there probably a total of 3 times, and I know they probably added a bunch of stuff since I've last been there. It's really nice. It's one of the biggest attractions in the Dayton area. I know people, I don't know way too many at least, but I've known people that have driven up here just to see the Air Force Base, right? Just see the museum, be able to visit. There are people that come and visit Dayton. It's mainly people that have family in the area and they just kind of want to take a peek. But no, the Air Force Museum is really a big attraction here in the Dayton area.
Yeah, and it's one of those places where you're not going to get through the Air Force Museum in one day.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Yeah, there's you take a quick walk through it, if you will, and that's about 2-3 hours, I'd say. It's there's a lot to it, and I mean, you got the people that love aircraft so much, right? And they're sitting there and they're inspecting everything, going through it. So that for them, that'd be like a whole week vacation, right?
Yeah.
But no, I used to like want to be a pilot as a kid. I thought that'd be kind of cool. So I when I went there, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'd like to be a pilot still, low-key. I think that'd be kind of cool. Plus, money.
True.
But either way, that's good. Good to get everything reopened back up. I didn't even know how long it was closed for. Have they officially reopened back up? I don't think it said within the article whether they're fully back up or not.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I would imagine they would be following the CDC guidelines, considering it's a government facility. But,
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, Wright State's technically a public government / entity, but only recently have they released their mask mandate.
Yeah, I think Ohio lifted theirs on what was it? June 2nd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I went to Indiana in May, I believe it was, or April or May. And when I was there, I forgot my mask in my car, and I'm like, oh, crap. And then we called B-Dubs in advance. And they're like, oh, yeah, our mask mandate's lifted. So you don't even have to have masks to come in anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I can't wait for Ohio to do that. And here we are. It was June 2nd, and then now it's June 8th. So now we got that all handled. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on from the local news. So let me go ahead and close out of there.
Let's see what's going on in national. I heard there was more gun violence yesterday, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going on here. There's been an outrage at the cloud service company Fastly, which was taking down popular websites like CNN, Twitter, Amazon, and Target.
Ooh.
Some sites have started to come back online, but just in case you thought your internet was broken or that you were losing your mind, that's why. Cloud services company Fastly. So a lot of these big companies use Fastly. I haven't heard of it.
I haven't
But
either.
I guess that's
honestly.
more of like a administrative business side, so most likely that we wouldn't. But I haven't experienced any issues with it.
I'll tell you one thing though. If Cloudflare goes down, everybody goes down practically because there's a
I don't
lot of
know too much about the like the cloud networks that these companies use. I haven't done my research or anything because that's just not one of my interests. But like, no, I didn't know. I didn't know this even happened until I read it just now.
yeah.
All right, let's see here. Alzheimer's breakthrough. The FDA has approved the first new Alzheimer's medication in nearly 2 decades.
Wow.
Aduhelm is a monthly IV infusion meant to treat the underlying cause of the disease, as opposed to other meds which only treat dementia symptoms. However, the FDA's decision is a continuous one. Its own independent advisory committee, as well as some Alzheimer's researchers, say there isn't enough evidence that the drug helps patients. Let me go ahead and click here, see if I can get some more information.
Yeah, I wonder what they mean by not enough evidence.
So, of course, I'm going to get bombarded with ads here.
Yeah, that's the way. That's how you get free news articles is through the ads.
U.S. approval of a medication that removes a key marker for Alzheimer's disease sharply divided clinic advocates over whether it has the ability to change the disease's progress and how it will be used. Biogen Incorporated's aducanumab. That's a hard one to say. Some of these, all these medicines are hard to say sometimes. I just got out of the doctor's office yesterday for my allergy shot, and I saw all this stuff, and I'm like, man, I can't. It's like reading a different language.
Yeah, well, it pretty much is its own language.
Yeah, pretty much. It was approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration Monday based on its ability to remove amyloid plaques in the brain, long seen as a surrogate for the mind-robbing disease that's been diagnosed in about 5.7 million Americans. That the accelerated approval requires an added study of the drug and leaves open the chance it could be taken off the market if it fails to show true benefit. I gotta say though, that sounds very promising though. It's a great step forward, and nowadays you don't really obviously a lot of our medical professionals have had to deal with COVID a lot and put all their focus there. But you don't see too many breakthroughs with big diseases like Alzheimer's disease. So that's a great thing to see.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to go ahead and move on here.
I know, speaking of COVID, there's potentially going to be yet another new vaccine coming out from another company.
Okay.
A little bit different than it's a little bit different than the vaccines we have now. And see, I don't know very much about it since it's so new. And I don't think it even has been approved yet because it's still in the study.
We have 2 different companies right now, right? Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson?
We have 3, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson.
I haven't heard anyone get the Moderna one. I haven't even heard of that myself.
Well, technically there's 4 companies. There's also AstraZeneca, but I believe the United States is not using AstraZeneca. I believe that's in the United Kingdom.
Okay, that makes sense then, because I was about to say, I haven't even heard of anybody getting that.
Yeah.
I heard a card out there, and I thought it was raining, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're like downstairs, so I don't think we'd hear rain.
I wonder if that's the event.
Oh, it could be.
I don't know. I'm going to go check real quick. I'll have you continue the news. I'm going to go check the weather.
Okay, sounds good. Give us another weather update. So we go ahead and move on here. U.S. vax rates fall off. The U.S. vaccination rate has plummeted. We're averaging fewer than 1 million shots per day, even though all adults and children over 12 are eligible. The slowdown is not universal. Many states on the East and West Coast have already vaccinated about 70% of their adult population. On the other hand, Alabama had just 4 people per 10,000 residents get vaccinated last week, and COVID cases are climbing. Meanwhile, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said that all COVID restrictions will be lifted when 70% of New Yorkers have had at least one dose. So New York's a pretty big area, so I don't see that happening for a while. I don't know what percent they're at now, but New York has obviously been a very big part of this pandemic. They're a very close-in city, so we're going to have a lot of spread there. So having 70% is a good rough number, but that's probably going to take a few weeks to get to.
It's the HVAC system.
Is the HVAC? I was about to say, I don't think we would hear the rain down here anyways, with us being on the lower level.
Yeah. That's weird.
I just heard it. It just makes me think like, oh, it's raining, and like rain makes me tired.
It's louder than it usually is today. Wonder if they have the fan or the blowers on high speed or something.
We have something that might affect stocks that I like to talk about a lot.
Ooh, yeah.
I haven't checked my stocks in a few days. I've kind of just been letting them sit.
Oh yeah, there was something with regards to Bitcoin. I believe they recovered $2.3 million. So you know the company Kernel Pipeline that got hacked by the ransomware attack?
I've probably heard of it.
So they opted to pay about $2 million in cryptocurrency to the hackers in order to get their files back and things like that. The FBI made a breakthrough and was able to track the Bitcoin and recover it for Kernel Pipeline. So the reason why this is a big story is not only because Kernel Pipeline was able to recover the ransomware that they paid, but it shows that the cryptocurrency is not immune from being tracked by the FBI.
Okay. That's a lot of information there. I remember back when I was in high school, right when people started kind of becoming more popular with mining, with crypto mining. Mm-hmm. I remember you can mine for Bitcoin with this program called Hash Miner, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember I made an account and everything and downloaded the program back on my school laptop just to see what it was like, right? Obviously, I'm not going to make money off of a laptop that literally has no graphics card in it, really. It's just integrated graphics, right? But it turns out, like, I went back and checked it like 6-8 months after I downloaded it, and it turns out they actually got hacked. And all those people that were mining through there basically lost all their money for a good amount of time. I think it took them like a year or so to be able to recover that money.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think it was just kind of because it was more of a new thing, if you will. But it kind of gave those hackers an advantage over like a weak system. Like they probably found like a weak spot in the defense.
Yeah.
Within their security protocols. So hopefully everything's more stable now. I'm pretty sure it is, especially with how big crypto is. They have to be a lot more secure with everything.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're going to go ahead and go back to what we were actually supposed to be talking about
yeah,
here.
Sorry, but I mean that is relevant because it is something that happened in the news. So.
Yeah, it is news. That's pretty global.
Yeah, and it shows because I know a lot of people use cryptocurrency for the belief that it's not trackable by the government. But what just happened with the FBI and Bitcoin shows that, unfortunately, they can track Bitcoin as well.
Yeah, Bitcoin is just very, very hard to track who purchases it because there's not really any type of identification that I think of. They have like Bitcoin wallets that aren't really associated with any type of personal information. You have to know your Bitcoin wallet ID and basically the password to be able to access it. So basically, you don't know your information. I don't think there's any type of like two-factor authentication thing or like, oh, forgot your password type of thing, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you don't know it, you're screwed. That's how it's very hard to track because they don't request any type of personal information. I know Bitcoin was used a lot for purchases on the dark web a few years ago because of how hard it was to track. There's the people that you're buying and selling from. They can't get your information. You can't get theirs, et cetera, et cetera. That's why it was a pretty big currency, and that's a big reason why it blew up too. It was just the anonymity. I think that's the right word, being anonymous, if you will.
Yeah, but now that the FBI was able to successfully track what happened, I would imagine that a lot of people might bail on Bitcoin now.
Hey, it's all about the stock market. It's up and down, up and down.
Yeah,
the value of the coin. All right, now we're actually going to read what I was really going to read. This is about Apple. Apple WWDC. Apple kicked off its annual developers conference presenting new software updates and features, including the ability to use your iPhone as your ID at the airport. Okay, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It'll be easier to find your missing AirPods in the Find My app. And once you locate them,
I was thinking of something else. Never mind.
and once you locate them, you can activate Conversation Boost to isolate the voice of the person in front of you. FaceTime is also going to have a lot more like a Zoom and Microsoft Teams type of thing.
Hmm.
And I'm going to check out what else is new here. I'm going to click on this and read a little bit more. Apple's always updating this. I gotta say, I was an Android guy. I just got an iPhone. I just switched back to iPhone 2 months ago, and I gotta say, there are a good amount of features on the iPhone that are really, really nice. I mean, just pulling it up here, I'm not sponsored. I'm not sponsored by Apple or anything. I'm just giving my personal opinion.
You switched to the dark side.
Now, I know I did. I know, but everything's just better optimized for Apple. You know what I mean? Like Snapchat is, Instagram. It's because they're more iPhones are used by more people. But I gotta say, they do have a very nice design to everything. I do like their maps. I like the way they have their photo laid out. Their cameras are really nice still. I think Samsung's default camera on the newer models is still better.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, for the optimization of a lot of these apps, iPhone is better. Spotify, etc. Everything's just optimized better for iPhones, in my opinion. I haven't updated my phone recently, but obviously they're talking about that. And I don't have AirPods. I have Bose headphones that I use for when I'm at work. But AirPods have a lot of good functionality to them. You know what I mean? The noise suppression.
Right here, yeah.
You can listen to music, still hear people, all that cool stuff, right? I might get myself some of those Bose headphones that eventually go out. But let's see if there's anything else here that I can throw at you. And looks like it's a video, and I don't feel like listening to this on the air.
You never know. It might sneak an ad in there without you knowing.
Yeah, but anyways, some cool features coming from Apple. It sounded at the start of the article, it sounded like I thought it said Apple was kicking someone off of their team. That's why I was like, oop, their price is going down, right?
Yeah.
All right, Bezos in space. This one sounds interesting, right?
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot about this space race between Jeff Bezos and Tesla, I believe it is.
Yeah, so here's a quick update. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos says he'll join crew members of his Blue Origin space company on July 20th as they make their first flight to space with passengers on board. Bezos' brother Mark will join him along with the winner of an online charity auction. The Bezos bros and their fellow travelers will take a 10-minute flight up to the altitude of about 65 miles, skimming the edge of space before returning to Earth. Bezos is stepping down as Amazon CEO just 15 days before liftoff.
He's stepping down?
Bezos is stepping down as Amazon CEO just 15 days before liftoff.
I'm surprised that's not the news article, and it's focusing on the space thing more than on him stepping down.
I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, I did not either.
Yeah, I haven't heard about this at all. So
also, this just in, you can now get your packages delivered to Mars thanks to Amazon. Aliens can go online and buy some stuff now.
Yeah, right. I've heard so many creepypastas about Mars. Like anytime I think of it now, I'm just like, that's weird. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna be a quick weather update. We're also gonna go into some Wright State news along with freeform discussion, if I'm not mistaken, right, Pat?
Yeah, if we got time.
If we got the time, we're gonna talk about it, right? Make sure you keep it locked here on the Wright Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's right choice.
And we're back to the Wright Morning Show on WWSU 106.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Wright Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's Right Choice. My name is Scotty Kramer, and alongside with me, pretty much every morning, Patrick Smallstig. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
It's good to be here as always. Feels great. Feels good to host it for my first time too. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
And I always come on here and I always talk about how tired I am after work and everything. But I just got my allergy shot yesterday and I'm feeling pretty solid. I went to work with I was a little tired because I had like 3 hours of sleep, but I wasn't wanting to like die. I didn't feel like I had a weak body or anything. I feel great. And I'm still awake in the morning. So good morning, everybody. I hope my energy is good for everybody back home, right?
Yeah.
Or on the road listening.
I had my second vaccine yesterday, and surprisingly, I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see you today, so it's great to see you today, Pat. So we're going to go ahead and hop into our local weather forecast provided by tomorrow.io. So right now, it's a little bit cloudy out, and when I was driving here, it was a bit foggy over in Preble County.
Yeah, the fog is dissipated, it looks like.
Yeah, typically. It's probably not really foggy anymore, but when I get off work, it usually is. It's about 74 degrees right now. Wind is coming from the southwest at 9.13 miles per hour. Got about 83.87% humidity, which I did know.
That's humid.
Yeah, no, I got off work this morning and I was like, whew, man, it is crazy outside.
Yeah.
And you got visibility of about 10 miles, so
That's
the air
good.
quality is good as well. So for the rest of the day here in the Fairborn area, it looks like it's going to be partly cloudy, mostly just normally cloudy, with about a high of 82, peaking at 5 p.m. It's going to start cooling down afterwards. Looks like the low of today is going to be around 9 p.m. or so.
Looks like there's a little bit of rain later this evening, too, from what I could see on there.
Yeah, about 8, 9 p.m. is where we're going to start seeing a little bit of rain there, but it's also going to be cooling off and everything. So hopefully it's not raining over in Preble because that's when I wake up to go to work, and I hate driving in the rain, as you know. But we're going to go ahead and go on to our 7-day forecast here for Fairborn. So this is I believe this is from the National Weather Service.
Yep, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Yep, so for today, got a chance of showers, then chance of thunderstorms, which would be later in the day. With a high of 84 from here. Going to fluctuate a little bit with the ranges here.
Yeah.
And then for tonight, the chance of thunderstorms and chance of showers as well with a low of 68 degrees. For Wednesday, showers are likely with a high of about 79 degrees. Wednesday night, showers are likely as well with a low of 69 degrees. It's going to be raining a lot, Pat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Thursday, showers. It just says showers. It doesn't say likely. So it's probably going to rain Thursday.
It's going to rain all day, probably.
It's going to be about a high of 82 as well. So, yeah, expect it to be a little muggy outside. Thursday night, showers are likely with a low of 68. Friday, showers are likely with a high of 83 degrees. Friday night, chance of thunderstorms and a chance of showers with a low of 66. And then Saturday, got a chance of showers and then a chance of thunderstorms as well. And I got to say, I do love thunderstorms sometimes. If I'm off work and I'm just chilling out, I can take a good nap to some thunderstorms.
I like them during the day. I don't like them at night because they wake me up at night.
if they're like crashing super loud thunderstorms, then yeah, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of them either. But no, if it's like just kind of like chill, just kind of like yeah, I don't even know how to do it right. I don't want to sound like an idiot on air, right? But just like the light thunder, right? Kind of vibrates the house a little bit, and you're sitting there with like coffee or something or cocoa, and you're just kind of chilling out, watching a movie. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing! I just sleep to it. Anyway, there's your 7-day forecast. I always go off on tangents. I have a little too much fun sometimes.
All right, so what's the latest with the wing with our announcements for campus?
Yeah, I'm trying to look here, but it looks like there haven't been too many updates. It looks like the last one was May 26, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's not really anything going on here from the Wings page.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's a little dead at the moment there, but if I can find... Here we are. We're going to take a look at the Wright State Guardian, which has Wright State lifts all COVID-19 restrictions for vaccinated individuals.
Yeah, this is big news, everybody. So listen in.
This is very big news. Very, very big news. I saw the email from President Edwards a few days ago. I didn't really get to read it till I was at work last night. Let me go ahead and exit out of that. But I'm going to go ahead and start reading through this. Wright State University President Sue Edwards has lifted all COVID-19 restrictions for fully vaccinated individuals on the Dayton and Lake campuses. New guidelines. In a campus-wide communication, President Edwards announced fully vaccinated persons, including staff, students, faculty, and visitors, no longer have to follow COVID-19 safety measures while on the Dayton or Lake campuses. Vaccinated individuals no longer have to wear a mask while indoors or outdoors and no longer have to physically distance themselves while inside or outside. In-person events are also set to resume. Man, I just love hearing that.
Yes.
Especially for, me being a fraternity, everything. We haven't been able to do anything. Oh, my gosh. And obviously for us here, we're going to have a lot of cool events. Make sure you check that out, by the way. We're going to have a lot of cool events going on here at campus. Invite a lot of the new people out, especially the incoming sophomores. Returning sophomores, I should say. Excuse me. But returning sophomores, incoming freshmen didn't get to experience campus life. They're going to finally be able to start to experience what college is like. And I'm finally going to start being happy again now that campus is alive again.
Yeah. I'm excited too because I'm a part of the tabletop club, and so I would imagine that
I've wanted to join the tabletop club for a little bit. I've been on and off about it, but
you should totally. I don't have the
time. I don't have the time. I don't have the time though. That's the thing. I'm a part of way too much stuff, plus academics and work, and yeah.
Well, you could still join it. You don't have to be involved in a campaign to be a part of it. You could just be there to
I like to play
give
chess.
Your insight.
That's what made me think of being in the tabletop club.
Yeah, so they're not just for role playing games.
Yeah,
they're for other games too.
Yeah, see, I was thinking, play chess here and there. That'd be cool. But
yeah,
let's go ahead and continue reading on with this. Right, we get off a little too much. Ohio cases. This decision comes after the decline in COVID-19 cases in Ohio and the lifting of the coronavirus restrictions by Governor Mike DeWine, as advised by the Center for Disease Control. Excuse me there. The Ohio Department recently reported that the 2-week statewide average for COVID-19 cases is about 49.5 cases per 100,000 residents, which is just about an average of 632 cases a day. Sounds like it dropped down a good amount.
Yeah,
because last I checked, I think it was 100 and something.
It used to be in the high thousands for Ohio.
Was it really that high?
That was during the peak of COVID.
Okay, during the peak. I was thinking recently.
Yeah, no, not recently. But yeah, it was easily climbing into upwards of 1,000, 2,000. I believe we even had a couple of 3,000 days.
So we're going to go ahead and continue reading on here. The continued drop in cases partially, man, I am dead today. Partially,
right.
Excuse me, everybody. Partially due to the increase in the Ohio vaccination rate. The health department reported that about 4.7 million Ohioans are already fully vaccinated. Yourself as one there, Pat.
Not yet. 2 more weeks. I had my second vaccine. Now I got to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah, true, but you know.
Yeah.
In addition to the declining Ohio cases and the decline on the WSU campuses, according to Wright State University's COVID-19 dashboard, as of June 7th, there is 0 official cases among students, staff, and asymmetrical people on campus.
Nice. So Wright State's pretty much clean right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And I know during the school year, we didn't have way too many people got COVID either.
Yeah, surprisingly, we've been on the low side in terms of cases.
I think we've probably been one of the best schools in the nation about getting not getting COVID, right?
I would say
so at least. I mean, I don't have anything to back that up, but I'm trying to sit here and think from a year ago because I keep forgetting how long COVID's actually been here. But I remember hearing one faculty member's had it. 3 students. Yeah, exactly.
We didn't really ever have an outbreak. Now, University of Dane, for instance, they had a really bad outbreak at one point.
They party a little much.
Yeah.
I remember when I first came back, right, to Wright State, right before we opened up the semester, and there was a big party going down at U Suites, and there were 400 people there. Found out 4 people or 5 people got COVID from that, and that was opening weekend of the fall semester. And I imagine UD, people kind of, I've been there a few times, let's just say that, right? It can be crazy. It can be a fun time.
Yeah, I've ridden my bicycle through the UD campus before, and Yeah, they are big partiers over there.
Yeah, good times. That's all I gotta say. Freshman year stuff. Man, it's weird thinking I'm a junior now. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and keep going here. But yeah, great news. The president lifted the mask mandate as long as you're fully vaccinated here on campus. So if you're fully vaxxed, take that mask off if you want. You're good to go. If not, we just ask you to keep the mask on. Just be courteous to people. So we're gonna go ahead and move on here. Wright State sociologist Marlise Durr receives prestigious faculty leadership award from Society for the Study of Social Problems. So getting a nice honorary award. Marlise Durr, professor of sociology at Wright State University, has been named the recipient of the 2021 Doris Wilkinson Faculty Leadership Award from the Society for the Study of Social Problems. That's a lot. That's a long title.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, for real. The society is an interdisciplinary community of scholars, practitioners, advocates, and students dedicated to promoting greater social justice through social research. Durr was selected for her wide-ranging expertise, scholarship, and contributions to the field of sociology. The annual award goes to an outstanding faculty member who has exercised an extensive leadership role within the society, other professional societies, and within the larger community. Doris Wilkinson, a sociologist from Lexington, Kentucky, paved the way for racial integration at the University of Kentucky as the first African American to graduate from the university in 1958 as an undergraduate student.
Interesting.
Something I didn't know about her.
Yeah.
The award named after her is presented to scholars who address and bring deeper public understanding to social issues of contemporary public importance, advance social understanding of leadership for change within the larger society, and propose courses of action to effect that change. Durr's areas of specialization include work and occupations, race and labor markets, African Americans and social networks, entrepreneurship in inner city neighborhoods, and stressful life events in African American women. She served as president of the Society for the Study of Social Problems in 2014 and 2015, and the Sociologist for Women in Society in 2004 and 2005, and chaired publications for gender and society. Durr earned her Ph.D. in sociology from the University of Albany State, University of New York. So great for her. She sounds like she has a lot under her belt.
Yeah, definitely. That's quite impressive.
So I think that wraps up about all our Wright State news here. So we're just going to go ahead and talk a little bit here, Pat.
Yeah, so Scotty, what's the latest in terms of the cryptocurrency stock? Because I know you always like to give updates on that.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take a peek. I haven't looked at my stocks too much recently, mainly because I've been pretty busy.
I'm curious how the stock market has reacted to the FBI investigation with the kernel pipeline.
I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. What date did that happen on? Was that yesterday?
It was yesterday, I believe.
I do see that, and it did drop about $4,000 per coin for Bitcoin, so that's a pretty big drop.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would drop after that incident.
So I'm going to go ahead and check. I think it's about, I'm going to look here. Yeah, it's been about a $4,000 drop or so, yeah. But yeah, Bitcoin did take a pretty big hit from that news coming out. Dogecoin still at about 32 cents per coin. Ethereum was at 2,700 the other day. It's down to 2,400. So if you had it when it was at about $4,200, I hope you sold, because it doesn't look like Ethereum's going up anytime soon. When the lack of availability is there, the price will shoot back up, but it's probably going to be a while. So if you're going to invest, investing now might be a good time, but don't listen to me. I am not a business major here. This is just me talking, obviously, as I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, the views and opinions of the Wright Morning Show do not reflect the views and opinions of WSU Radio, Wright State University, nor their entities.
I keep forgetting to say that too, to be honest.
Yeah, but I just don't want anybody taking my advice. I'm just a stupid college kid. But anyways, Pat, now that's really the big happenings in cryptocurrency recently from what I've seen.
Okay, so I'm pulling up some questions for us to talk about. Here's one that I don't know if have you ever bought food from Starbucks before? I know you go to Starbucks for coffee, but
I love Starbucks for coffee. I have bought one item, and that was a cake pop.
How was it, out of curiosity?
It was okay. I mean, that was my first ever cake pop, and I was like, that's all it is. I'm like, that's not really special. I'm like,
Yeah.
when I was thinking of a cake pop, like I was thinking of cake on like a stick or whatever, but I thought it would introduce some more like flavor, I guess, more diverse, uniqueness, if you will. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really care for. I mean, it was okay, but nothing special. That's the only food item I've ever got. I get coffee whenever I go to Starbucks. I go there just for coffee, pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, the question was talking about like what's the healthiest and best breakfast item to get from Starbucks. And see, I noticed like if you go to a chain restaurant like Tim Hortons or Starbucks or something like that, their food is mediocre. I wouldn't say it's it's okay, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest. Now, if you go to a local coffee shop, like a local business, usually their food is phenomenal,
Yeah,
and delicious, and
yeah.
fresh, and things like that.
I tell you what, it's not really mainly a coffee place, but it's just a breakfast place over in Eaton. That's where I work at. It's over in Preble County. It's like the big city of Preble County, right? There's this place called the Eaton Place. It's been there for as long as I can remember.
Eaton and Eaton.
Yeah, right. It's spelled as the city. It's like the Eaton Place, Eaton, the Eaton Place. It's the city. Yeah. But anyways, their coffee is pretty good. Their food is amazing. Like I've been eating there for years upon years. There's days where I get off work and I don't have to come here, or it might just be the week, like a Saturday, and I go in there. I get some pancakes, I get some hash browns, get some coffee in me right after work. Kind of give me a tiny bit of energy for the day. And man, that place is amazing. Local business, like local food places like that, undefeated.
Yeah.
They're so good. I love them.
What I love is food places that kind of take after, you might have a mom and pop that are working a shop, and they take their inspiration for the recipes from like their grandmother or something like that. Those are the best places because grandmas know how to cook. I'm going to say that.
Trust me, I grew up with my grandma, and I know she knows how to cook. Trust me. Yeah. So that is a freaking fact.
Yeah, both of my grandmas cook as well. Well, unfortunately, one of them's no longer living, but yeah, both of them know how to cook.
Yeah,
they made some really good stuff.
Grandmas know how to cook. My grandma, I don't think there's really much of anything that my grandma makes that I don't care for, unless it's like a certain type of food I don't like. Then that's different. But
yeah, but that would be more like it's
something
the type
that I
of
don't
food,
like.
but not necessarily her cooking.
Yeah, exactly. No, her cooking is amazing. She does great. All right, Pat, what's next? What else you got on your mind?
Do you think that ransomware insurance is a necessity in today's age?
For businesses, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, especially if you run a critical business, like for
Yeah.
instance, Colonel Pipeline.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm not saying that to bash Colonel Pipeline by any means. I'm just using them as an example because a lot of people.
It just depends on how much the insurance would be.
True. Yeah.
If it was like decent, like if it was priced fairly, then yeah, I definitely think. I think having ransomware insurance would be kind of a necessity because scammers are just getting smarter and smarter.
Mhm.
I mean, you go on Instagram, you see all these bots. Like, I can't tell you how many times I probably get like, I'd say at least 4 a month of these people, these bots. Like these people try. I don't even know if they're bots or people just faking their accounts, and they're like, "Oh, trust me to invest. You give me $500 down payment, and I'll turn that $500 into like $2,000 from the stock market or whatever, just to help you invest." And I'm just like, man, you're stupid. Like, I ain't falling for that, right? But no, these people are just getting smarter and smarter with how they're trying to scam people. And obviously, you got these viruses that have these ransomware in there. You got people that are technology is just getting harder and harder to break, and it's also getting easier in some areas when there's new technology, right? So it's more room for these people to find opportunity to take advantage of businesses, people, etc. They can steal data, put like a lock on it, like a
ransom. Yeah,
like a. Trying to think of the word, but anyways, it's a computer term. Anyways, and basically they'll give you like the password to unlock it if you pay them a certain amount of money, which is obviously a big scam. They're taking your information, they're stealing your information and holding it from you and demanding money for it.
And not only that, but there's never a guarantee that they're actually going to give you the password.
Exactly. That's why I wouldn't even do it. So having ransomware insurance, I think would be great. I think that would be a great thing. If it's priced fairly, I think most businesses that have that possibility of suffering that would be great. It'd be good to have that defense.
I think for at least for a large number of just individuals and consumers, ransomware insurance might not necessarily be necessary for them because especially if you know to take precautions and not click weird links that are sent to your email, for instance. Maybe for the elderly, ransomware insurance could be beneficial to them, or
yeah.
the
But
non-tech
do you
savvy.
really think they're gonna spend money on ransomware insurance?
Yeah,
They probably don't even
probably
know what
not.
it is.
Yeah, exactly. But it is. I think it's definitely critical for businesses in particular because there is a lot to lose if you get hit with a ransomware attack.
Yeah, for businesses that could end your business practically. It possibly
Yeah.
could. So if it's priced fairly, I definitely think that'd be great.
Here's an interesting topic. Have you ever drunk pickle juice before?
Yeah, I have.
Have you ever experienced any side effects from drinking pickle juice?
No, I drank pickle juice. I honestly think like one of my family members told me to do it like when I had a certain type of sickness, and it's supposed to like help you out.
Yeah, like if you, I
don't know what it
I
was,
think
though.
it was diarrhea or something like that. Like you lose a lot of your
Yeah,
electrolytes.
I don't
or
think that's
something.
what it was for me at least. I don't know.
Yeah, because pickle juice is really salty. So if you're low on salt or something, pickle
That would
juice can
definitely
help.
help, but I'm just saying for my instance, I don't remember what it was. But no, I have drank pickle juice before. I love eating pickles. I
Yeah,
do.
same
Like
here.
straight up just like dill pickles. Love them.
Yeah, same.
They're great.
I gotta have dill pickles on my deli sandwiches. Gotta
See,
have
I
'em.
like pickles straight up. I don't like them on sandwiches.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm
Huh.
a picky eater, man.
So do you get like the spear, the snacking spears and eat those, or do you just
I
get the
get like
chips?
the big pickles, man. Yeah,
Oh,
the
you
dill
get the
pickle.
whole pickle.
Yeah.
You
I
go
just
for
eat
the
them
big
straight up like
boys.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
They're great. I mean, I won't sit there and eat them like it's a bag of chips or anything, but like I'll have a couple, like, every few days. I haven't had pickles like in the past couple of years, but I remember back at the Dollar General, they would have a thing like this big.
Oh, the gallon pickle
Oh
jars.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. And I would eat it within like a month. Maybe
Yeah, they
maybe
last
less
you
than
long.
that.
They last you quite a while because those pickles are huge. You eat one and you're good for a couple of days.
Yeah, I would eat like two before I went to bed sometimes.
Two. Wow, that is.
Yeah, they're pretty big too. And I used to have a pretty big appetite. I mean, I still kind of do. As you can tell, I've gained a few pounds, but yeah, no, I love pickles. They're pretty solid. All right, what's next, Pat?
What are some things that things that people have in their kitchen that do not belong in the kitchen? This is an interesting one.
Oh man, I can't really think of anything at the moment.
If you have trash, definitely get the trash.
Oh,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Don't have trash.
That's
I know-
hygiene right there.
I know some people who have their big, large trash bin in the kitchen, and that's not very sanitary, especially since the kitchen is where you cook your food.
Yeah,
You don't want the fumes
My-
or the germs from the trash can to get in.
I mean, most people I know have it in there.
Yeah. I guess if you have the trash can like in like some people
I mean,
put
if
it
you have like a
under the
lid
sink.
on it, then yeah. But if you have like an open trash can,
Yeah.
then no. I agree with that. But no, there's not really anything I can think of people that people have in there that's not really needed.
Yeah.
Most people are pretty tame with it.
Let's see here. Healthy snacks. What would you consider to be good healthy snacks to eat?
Granola bars, any type
Granola,
of fruit,
yeah.
vegetable. I think those are
Definitely.
great choices. I love granola bars, man. They're great.
Oh, they are very good. Yeah.
Oatmeal. Oatmeal's really good.
Yeah, especially
Did
like
you say snack or like just food? Like-
snacks. Yeah.
An oatmeal bar.
But-
I'll say that.
Yeah, oatmeal in of itself is actually is pretty good as well, especially in the morning. Get yourself some oatmeal, nice source of fiber for your day.
No, I used to eat oatmeal with brown sugar and cinnamon in it. I'd eat it before school or just like on the weekend, like a Saturday, Sunday. And it's really nice. I have a weird question here.
Yeah.
When you would like, have you ever had poison ivy before?
Not to my knowledge, no. But then again, the mom's side of the family tends to be immune to poison ivy.
Okay, so you might have an immunity to it. Well, I'm not. I just actually had poison ivy all over my arm a few weeks ago due to my
Ooh.
friend's dog. Anyways, so I want to know if this sounds weird to you. Back when I was a kid, a home remedy for poison ivy to like stop the itching and like kind of cause it to start going away, taking an oatmeal bath.
I've heard of that before.
Do you
yeah.
think that's weird, or do you
No,
think
be-
that's kind of normal?
I've heard of that before as an effective solution.
I've done that before. Like when I was like probably like between 4 and 6 years old, I remember I had poison ivy on a certain part of my body. And I took an oatmeal bath, and it did help a lot.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I've definitely heard that as a home remedy before. I've heard other things like catamine. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Catamine lotion.
Ketamine
lotion.
Yeah.
I've heard of this is an interesting one. Putting toothpaste, specifically mint toothpaste, like not only on poison ivy but insect bites and things like that.
Okay.
Apparently, the mint inside the toothpaste, and I can attest to this because I've used toothpaste on insect bites before.
Okay.
The mint in the toothpaste adds a cooling effect, which kind of calms the itching down. And then also when the toothpaste dries, that kind of helps get like the oils from the poison ivy or the saliva from the insect bite out of your skin.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I haven't heard of that.
So if you don't have cortisone cream, try and use toothpaste. Especially if it's got mint in it.
No, I was just curious. That's pretty cool to know about. Alrighty, about time to take a break, Pat?
I think so. Time to take our top of the hour.
I think so as well. All right, it's about 10 a.m. here in EST time here in Fairborn, Ohio. When we come back, get your daily dose of inspiration with us. Make sure you keep it locked here on the Wright Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM.
And we're back to the Wright Morning Show on WWSU 106.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Wright Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's Right Choice. My name is Scotty Kramer, and as per usual, I should say, not always, per usual, Patrick Smallstig here in the studio. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
It's good to be here. Thank you for listening in to our nice little station here. Obviously, we took a little bit of a break from the Wright Morning Show, got some things settled. Got a nice little different setup we got. We got some new hosts, like main host, if you will. Patrick obviously took the handle for most of it. But now you got me here, and then we're going to have, I believe...
Bella
we're gonna have Bella hopping in here from time to time. Hopefully she rocks it really well. I expect her to. I think she'll do a great job. And then possibly Jamie,
from the Guardian Media Group.
Yeah, and she was on here yesterday. So be on the lookout for some new voices here on the Wright Morning Show. We're very excited, and we're glad to bring it here because I gotta say I love doing this.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into our daily dose of inspiration. I gotta say, this one may sound a little bit depressing at the start, but
yeah.
It just depends on how you interpret it. I saw this and I thought this was a good thing. And obviously later today, we got Trivia Tuesday. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited for that.
That'll lighten up the mood. We did take a look at this article. The title itself seems very depressing, but the article itself is not that depressing. It's a pretty good life lesson.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just hop right into it, eh, Pat?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so I was addicted to helping people. Here's why it made me miserable. This is by Miriam. Here on tinybuddha.com. As you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands, one for helping yourself, the other for helping others. It's a quote from Maya Angelou. Growing up in Africa, I was told that the virtue and worth of a woman lies in her ability to take care of everyone around her, that a woman was considered good or worthy when everyone around her was happy and pleased with her. I took this advice to heart, especially since I watched my mother to meet this standard to a T, putting everyone else, including strangers, above herself. Most things we learn as a kid shape us. That is true. As a kid, I was taught how to cook, clean, and care for others. As a teenager, I got a lot more practice for caring for my younger siblings. At first, it was great, being a caregiver, being the one who everyone went to when they needed anything. I loved being needed, and I relished in the label I was given as a dependable. Family, friends, and even strangers knew that I was the go-to girl for whatever they wanted. If I couldn't help them with whatever they needed, I would find someone who could. I was determined to never leave anyone high and dry. I loved being needed, and if anyone needed me, I believe that I was their last resort. I gotta say, I mean, I like feeling when I'm needed, so I feel like that's a good type of feeling to have.
It depends. Like, there's a difference between somebody coming to you for advice and somebody actually depending on you.
That is true.
I cannot stand.
See, I can't be a parent. I don't want to be a parent because I wouldn't want that. But no, like, I need you here at the station because you do a great job. That's like, you know what I mean? So that's where I get the dependability from you. All right, let's continue on here. The joy of giving. You see, the one thing about giving is that it feels good until it doesn't. The moment you get to a place where giving doesn't feel good anymore, it means that you need to turn the giving around and start giving to yourself. But how does someone who is addicted to being needed realize this? When helping people started feeling more exhausting and exhilarating, my first instinct was to give more because I believed that the more I gave to others, the more I would receive from them. But that was not the case. The more I gave, the less I received. And this prompted me to label most of my friends as bad friends because I wasn't getting as much as I wanted from them. Mm-hmm. When I became isolated from cutting friends off because they were, quote, bad to me, I realized the problem wasn't that I was not getting as much as I was giving. The problem was that I was giving to everyone but myself. I had to put myself in the back burner and abandon myself. How can I abandon myself and not expect others to abandon me?
Yeah, that's a good point there.
It's a very good point. The guilt that comes with giving to yourself. Realizing my deep-seated issues was easy, but addressing them was a whole other thing, because I was conditioned to believe that my worth was in pleasing others. I always said yes to everyone who needed my help. Saying no was extremely difficult. This was because I was suppressed by intense guilt and ended up caving into finding help for the person at my own expense. Everything changed for me when a former classmate said to me out of the blue, "You are nobody's last resort." You are nobody's last resort, no matter how bad it is. If you cannot help someone with their problem, another person will. And more importantly, it's not your responsibility to ensure that they get the help they need. It's theirs.
It's theirs. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, for sure. And some people, I think, would relate to this lady a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This was a turning point in my life because now I knew that telling someone no because I needed the time to invest in my own needs did not mean that they were never going to get help. The guilt was still there, but little by little I persevered in choosing myself over and over again. I started with little things, like saying no to helping a friend walk their dog to stay home, to take a long bath and read a book. She enjoys reading. And over time, I was able to get better at saying no to larger requests that would have been draining and would have negatively impacted my mental health. Give to yourself, and you won't expect too much from others. Slowly but surely, I learned that my worth is determined by me and me alone. How much love and care I direct towards myself. Guilt still visits me sometimes, but it is not as intense as it used to be. I know now it is better to feel guilty for taking care of yourself than to expect others to anticipate your needs and take care of you. Newsflash. If you don't take care of yourself from the inside out, nobody will.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, I still take care of my loved ones and help others as well as I can, but I now do it from a complete place, a place of wholeness, knowing that I will be fine whether they invest in me or not. I don't expect much from people, and I don't get disappointed much because I learned to prioritize myself. Frankly speaking, I have noticed that the people around me enjoy me more now that I am not a self-righteous person who resents her giving and selflessness. I give and give and give. That's the way she worded that there. I give and give and give, and what do I get? Nothing. If you have heard yourself say or think these words, then you are expecting people to make you happy just because you are bending over backwards to make them happy. Mm-hmm. If you keep bending backwards to make others happy, one day you will break your back. A broken back is very painful to bear. Take note.
Yeah.
Life's a journey, not a race. This is not an overnight process. It will take some time and patience. I have learned that part of taking care of myself is being nice to myself, whether I'm making progress or not. I'm done talking down to myself. Everything I wouldn't do or say to another person, I vowed never to say or do to myself. Mm-hmm. There's no glory in stomping all over yourself to please the world. There's no glory in self-deprecation and self-hate. It is not humble to call yourself terrible names or to live in suffering because you don't want to hurt someone else's feeling or because you won't want to be called a nice/polite person. Our feelings and needs matter as much as anyone else's, but we can only honor them if we recognize this and prioritize them. And that was by Miriam on tinybuddha.com. And I got to say, I really enjoyed reading that.
It's a good life lesson to learn because a lot of us, especially in our early years, might be, as she said, addicted to helping others. What ends up happening is people see that and then they start taking advantage of your, givingness, and then you end up becoming a doormat to other people.
Yeah, I mean, I've noticed people that would like there would be a person that's like, hey, can I borrow like $5, right? And then someone's nice. They're like, yeah, you can have $5, whatever. And then they'll keep coming back and keep coming back, right? And they're just going to keep wanting, and they're never going to pay you back or anything.
Yeah.
There's stupid stuff like that. There's a lot of people who think about themselves more than others. And this lady, she did it in a good way. She was trying to care for others rather than herself. But she had to kind of be selfish at some points. Mm-hmm. Being selfish is a good and bad thing, in my opinion. It's good to be selfish at times.
Yeah.
Like in this instance, being able to take care of yourself and be able to say no to people just because you need some time to yourself. I'm a very introverted person. When I'm not here, I know I seem very like a big extrovert because I love talking to people, right? But when I'm back home, my family knows I like to just be by myself. Just like to watch TV and like when the little time I got, like to watch TV and just do my thing. That's time I make out for myself. Mm-hmm. In the very busy life I have to provide for my friends, family, myself, obviously, I take a few minutes out of the day to be able to turn on some Impractical Jokers and have it on while I go to bed, right? Just kind of hang out. I go buy a pizza for myself sometimes. I don't buy for the whole family. I buy food for myself, and then after I eat, I'm like, you guys can have the rest. Sometimes you gotta be a little selfish to make sure your mental health stays good. That's the way I interpreted this, at least. It's good to help others as much as you can, but don't overdo it, or else you're gonna feel walked upon if they don't help you back.
Definitely. And another big topic that comes up in this, or a big theme, is saying no. That could be difficult for a lot of people. And sometimes it takes practice, being able to stand up for yourself and say no. Um, One of the things I do personally, I don't necessarily, so like if somebody asks me for help or advice and I'm just not in that mindset to be able to help them, I don't necessarily just tell them no. I say, I don't feel like I'm in the best place to help you right now.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in the best mental state to be able to help you. Because, like, I
Yeah.
don't want to, like, they'll be like, oh, can you help me move or something? And, like, I've had, like, a terrible week, and I don't want to go like there and be like, be a D-head, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be an a-hole or whatever. I don't want to be mean. I want to be a nice guy. So I'll just be like, I need to get my mentals in check first. You know what I mean? I got to chill out. Sorry, not sorry, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, self-care is you definitely have to care about yourself. I wouldn't say always care for yourself before others, but at the same time, to be able to care for others, you have to make sure you're good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a gas tank analogy. We'll use this for instance. You have gas in your tank. You need to have gas in your tank in order to give somebody else gas who ran out of gas.
Yeah, there you go. No,
you can't give gas to somebody when you yourself do not have gas.
Yeah, that's a good analogy there. But yeah, just make sure you're good. Make sure that you're good. Obviously, helping others is a great thing. I like to help others when I can. I may not be the nicest guy, but I like to help when I can, and I'm in a great mood and everything. But make time for yourself. Buy yourself that item that you want. Take some time. Take some money out to the side. Treat yourself a little bit, right?
Like
say no sometimes. You don't always have to say yes.
I know some people who are very very stingent and very strict with how they spend their money, and they'll be like, no, I can't get that. It seems very tempting. I can't get that though because I'm saving all my money, and that's very admirable. But you know what? Every now and then, take a moment, buy a candy bar, buy something that makes you feel good. Because
Pat, you want to buy me some canes after this?
Yeah,
that's an ongoing thing. Pat and I get canes like once or twice a week.
Well,
I'd say once every 2 weeks.
I was gonna say once every 2 weeks sounds more like it.
Yeah, no, but anyways, that article was great. Again, if you want to go ahead and check that out, that is by Miriam on tinybuddha.com. So I love that. That was really good. I'm glad we picked that. So let's go ahead and switch gears here. We got about another 15 minutes till our last commercial break of the show, and then obviously after that, we got Trivia Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's a big highlight for the listeners, Pat.
Yeah,
Trivia Tuesday. I love Trivia Tuesday. I love it. Even though I kind of feel like an idiot and it kind of makes me seem stupid over the air, it's a fun time.
I think today's Trivia Tuesday will be pretty easy because you only have 7 choices for each of the questions, at least to my knowledge.
Yeah, we're
see. Dealing with the oceans today.
Yeah, we'll do the oceans one, and then we'll probably dive into a few others. Just fun. I do want to try a sports one. I don't know how. I do want to try. I saw they had sports trivia on there. I want to check it out.
Every kind of trivia. On
yeah,
that website.
And obviously that's something I know I'm decent at, depending on what sport it is, obviously. But let me go ahead and take a quick sip here before I read this next one because my voice is a little parched after all that reading, right?
Yeah. Now you know how I feel. It could get to you.
Oh no, I was sitting over there where you're at, and I'm just like, listen to you read all this off. I'm like, man, how does he do all this?
Yeah, my voice is sore after I do a show.
yeah, mine's kind of getting there, so I might not have a voice tonight for work. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in.
You don't need to talk to anybody at Walmart.
I don't, trust me. I keep my mouth shut with headphones in, and I do my thing. I get all my talking out here while I'm on the air, right?
Yeah.
But
that's what radio's for.
Exactly.
Just talking, yeah.
Talk. And that's all I do when I'm here, right? I never shut up sometimes. We're back to the chicken soup for a soul, something we love to do here on the station.
Yeah,
here
they
for
got
the morning
some
show.
really cool stories.
Oh yeah, I remember back in high school, I would read the my teacher, my English teacher, junior. I had the same teacher for junior and senior year over at Miami Valley Career Technology Center. She was awesome. Her name was Mrs. Hall. She was really cool. But she would have us read these. The title: I Am Not the Nanny. And this is written by Cora Cooper. So we're going to go.
Familiar. I think I know a Corey Cooper.
Cora.
Oh, Cora.
Cora Cooper.
Okay. I know a Corey Cooper, which is funny.
Cora Cooper. All right. In your life, if you're lucky enough, you were born during a moment in time when the world is ready for the change you're bringing. That's a quote from Jacqueline Woodson. So let's go ahead and dive right into this, Pat. There she was again. The mirror in the woman's section of the store reflected the blonde, middle-aged white woman I was actively avoiding. She was lurking at the end of the aisle, pacing the floor and glancing from side to side in search to her quarry. Ignoring the approaching saleswoman, I pushed my car around quickly and ducked out of sight behind a display. When the woman stopped to speak with the sales clerk, I breathed a sigh of relief. Barely a half hour earlier in another part of the store, baby girl... I don't know why I laughed at that. Baby girl had been sleeping in her car seat, which I had placed in our cart. Baby girl, that's just a weird way to call them. Strands of light gold hair were peeking out of her around her furry pink and white hat when the same white woman first approached us. Oh, she looks just like a little doll. She's beautiful, gushed the woman. She was short and plump, weighed down with double strands of pearls, and smelled of Channel 5. Yeah,
Smelled of Channel 5?
Chanel. I'm stupid. I saw 2 L's. I saw 2 N's. I'm like, Channel 5?
What, does she work at a news station?
That's what I was like. I'm like, Channel 5? Chanel 5. I do that all the time. I have these brain farts. Channel 5? That's why I read that. I'm like, what? Chanel. I don't know perfumes. I'm a guy. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Hilarious.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, I said, and continued down the store aisle to finish grocery shopping. The woman moved to block our path, and I quickly responded by positioning myself between her and my sleeping child. The woman started to step aside and then quickly moved to sneak a feel of baby girl's hair. Oh, it's smooth and soft, just like mine. Once more, I moved between her and my cart. Don't touch her. I glared at the woman and pushed the cart in the opposite direction when the commotion woke up the baby, and she stared up at me with sleepy eyes. Oh, her eyes are just like mine. Or blue just like mine. She has blonde hair and blue eyes just like me. She's my baby. Yes, she's my baby.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I sped off in the opposite direction at a pace that was as fast enough to get us out of there, and yet not so fast as to imply I was fleeing the scene of a crime. And that is how we ended up looking at women's clothing instead of shopping for groceries. From my hiding place, it seemed the woman had left the clothing area. I took several deep breaths. Should I finish shopping? I only had a few more items to get, and I didn't relish another shopping trip this week. I pushed the cart back into the grocery section, and bent down by the shelf, looking for peaches. Suddenly, there was the smell of Chanel 5 in a familiar voice. I stiffened as I heard her instant plea. Let me see her. Let me just hold her, she said with outstretched arms. I rose to a standing position, and I placed myself between the woman and my cart. My baby. She could be my baby. I lost my baby. She looks just like that baby. She pointed at baby girl who, by this time, has already decided to stretch and wake up. Oh, please stay asleep, I thought, but instead she yawned and opened her eyes and gazed at me with a little smile. My thoughts drifted to her father, a pale white man from Europe, and how I expected my genes would dominate my husband's, and that we would have a caramel-colored baby instead. We had a beautiful pink baby who we loved dearly. My mama said baby girl... I can't get over that. What she just calls him baby girl. My mama said baby girl took after her high yellow relations. Who knew those recessive genes would win in the gene pool lottery? She could be my baby, I heard the woman wailing. Warning lights started flashing in my head. Quickly, I made my way toward the escalator. The woman was following us, muttering about the black woman with a baby in her cart. Now she was saying, that's my nanny with my baby. We needed to get away from her. My mind began to work overtime. 2 scenarios came to mind. I envisioned the security officers approaching me and telling me to hand over the child, demanding proof that I was her mother. What proof did I have? Would he take the ravings of a crazed and lonely white woman over the protestations of a black woman? I saw my child ripped from my arms. Or I could take a defensive action and ask a salesperson to call security because this woman was harassing us. Would they also put off by the fact that my daughter's complexion and coloring were so light? I realized how vulnerable we were. This crazy white woman had the power to interrupt our lives and put my daughter at risk because she judged my daughter's appearance to be more white than black. I made my way along the aisle closest to the wall, heading toward the elevator. Darting out of the aisle, I pressed the down button, then dashed back and waited with baby girl in the cart. We could check out on the bottom floor, but as I turned around, I saw the blonde woman coming down the aisle.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. She was too close. The last thing I needed was for this delusional woman to get in the elevator with us and say, please, and play the she's the nanny card with the security guards. Lord knows I had gone through this before, and it was tiresome when strangers assumed that I was the nanny of my own child. I picked up my daughter and her car seat, abandoned the cart, and pounded down the stairs. On the bottom floor, we exited the stairwell, and I saw the blonde woman at the top of the second floor escalator, surveying the store and clutching my abandoned cart by her side. We slipped out the side door into the parking lot. Baby girl miraculously went back to sleep, totally unaware of the dangerous situation we had just escaped. The next day, I applied for a passport for us, one with my daughter and me together in the photo. I got official proof from the United States government that baby girl is my child and I am her parent. Parent proof that I am not her nanny. That was from Cora Cooper. And that was very interesting. It's called "I Am Not the Nanny."
Interesting.
I don't
That's
know.
not the typical chicken soup for the soul story.
Yeah, I know. I was reading that and I'm like, where is this going?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't care for that one. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like it.
Yeah. That was more of just a story of somebody, encountered. I wanted to know what the. I was waiting for the.
Like some
the
type of
plot
explanation, like logical explanation.
Yeah, why are they going after the baby type thing?
Well, if earlier in the story it said that I recently, like the white woman said, like, oh, I lost my baby or something, and she was basically saying that the baby in the cart, since I had a lighter skin complexion, could have been hers, which is kind of weird. I feel like you would know what your baby looks like. But she was like, oh, she has curly blonde hair and blue eyes like me. It's my baby. Like, I don't, man, I don't know what I would do.
This sounds like a Maury story.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. We need to get a Maury button in here. Some type of soundboard.
Get Maury in here and do a DNA test. You are not the mother.
Yeah, right. That'd be weird though. It's mainly father, not mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We usually know who gave physical birth to the child, right? Right.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
That wasn't. I don't care for that story personally, but that was an interesting read.
Yeah. I can only imagine, though, especially as a black woman, the fear that she was going through.
Yeah, see, I don't know what, I don't think there's a estimation of what the date is on this, when this took place.
Usually, they're within the last year, so anywhere from
see, but
a couple months ago to.
I feel like if it was within the last year, they'd mentioned something about the mask or COVID or something. So it's probably been a few years, I'd say, with this one.
Could be, yeah.
But either way, though, you wouldn't expect such, I don't know,
a dark story.
Yeah, that and more of kind of a racial thing within a chicken soup from the soul story.
Yeah.
But either way, there you go, folks. It's called "I Am Not the Nanny." So if you're interested in that. That was by Cora Cooper. That was a very interesting one. Pat, any last thoughts about that one? I'm sorry,
know.
I just don't like it.
I feel it's very inconclusive.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's I was avoiding this person. They came and said it was my baby. I left my groceries, didn't check out, and I left.
Yeah,
there's nothing to go off of.
The only thing that you could really go off of is
I made sure
don't
that
be racist.
Yeah, I made sure to read through all of it. I made sure that I didn't miss any type of ending. No, that's literally it. That's actually just it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Before we hit break, Pat, any last things about the last two things we read? I really like that first story. Making sure that make sure you be a little selfish occasionally. Have some self love, right? But don't put others before yourself. All the time, right? You want to be able to help others, but at the same time. You got to have time for yourself. You got to be able to make sure your mentals are, good. Make sure you're feeling great in life. So, just make sure your mental's in check before you help others. I really like that first story. The second one, it's just my opinion. Just my opinion here. Not so much. I didn't care for it.
That was kind of different from what Chicken Soup for the Soul usually has in terms of stories.
Yeah, I know, right? That seemed completely different from what I've read in the past, and obviously what we've done here on the show. I read that and I was like, okay, this is an interesting one because I was like
Yeah.
halfway through it and I'm like, what is the point of this?
Let's. How about this? Let's talk a little bit about. So you mentioned that the white woman had lost her child recently, and we could probably both agree that stalking another woman with her baby is not the right thing to
Oh, well,
do.
yeah, that's extremely weird. Like,
Yeah,
like how would other people not notice all the commotion going on?
that's
Because it sounded
another
like a
thing that I
very big
wonder.
store. Because it's talking about the escalator and all this other stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like a mall, right? That's basically what it sounds like. How are other people not like looking at this and being like, "What's going on?" And if it's that big of a facility, I assume, like she said, security. Where was security at? Why? I mean, I understand like the possible racist thoughts or whatever from the security saying it was at your baby or whatever, but like if that is in recent years, like it's I'm not even gonna say it, but anyways,
like if you lost, so
I would go
I
to
think the
security about
takeaway,
that. I'd be
yeah,
like, this woman's harassing us, but I
and
guess she thought maybe the guards would think it's not her kid and agree with the white woman. I don't know.
in terms of losing your child and things like that, that's I could see the grief that she's probably going through. But if you're going
Some
to,
people
if you're
get like crazy screwed up when stuff like that
I was
happens.
gonna say, and especially if it's an unnatural death or something very sudden and unexpected and things like that. I can
Yeah,
imagine,
could have been like a kidnapping though. That's probably why.
or kidnapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be another big thing. But if your mindset is getting to the point where you're chasing after other people's kids, you might want to get some professional help to help you get through your loss.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because
That would be. I can't even think of like losing a child like that. That would be
yeah,
terrible. Like
because
I
it's
don't like
yeah,
kids, but like that, I understand that would be terrible.
yeah.
All right, well it's about 10:30. We're gonna go ahead and try to brighten things up here when we get back from the commercial break.
With
After
some
that,
trivia.
we're gonna get some trivia in. One of my favorite days of the week here. It's Tuesday for Trivia Tuesday. So we got our last 30 minutes of the show coming up here next on the Right Morning Show here on WWSU 106.9 FM, Dayton's Right Choice.
And we're back to the Wright Morning Show on WWSU 106.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Wright Morning Show here on 106.9 FM, WWSU Wright, Dayton's Right Choice. My name is Scotty Kramer, and as always, per usual, if you will, Patrick Smallstig here in the studio.
Yeah.
Still morning here. Great, great morning, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? It's about to get even better because you know what time it is.
Trivia Tuesday.
Trivia Tuesday, and I forgot to get our fake Euros. Let me go get that.
Go get the Euros real quick. I'll go ahead and get the quiz pulled up here.
Yeah, tell the audience.
Yeah. So we're doing the trivia topic of the day, bodies of water. So it's going to be on the world oceans from the 7 seas. So we're going to go ahead and have a lot of fun with this one. So once Patrick gets back in here with our tally keeping here, as it loads our quiz, we're going to have some fun.
I am back.
All right, Patrick's back in, and I'm trying to wait for the quiz to load, but I didn't want to. Let's see if I can try it again here.
That's weird.
Here we go.
There we go.
Now it looks good. Alrighty, so it's topic match time. This is a set of mixed questions from the bodies of water category as of from June 8th. All right, you ready?
This is basically about the 7 oceans.
This is about the 7 oceans in the world.
We'll see how well we do.
I'm not a very smart guy with geography, so
Me either.
We'll see. Patrick usually smarter than me in most things, so let's see how this goes. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
I would ask everyone at home, but I can't hear you guys. So let's go ahead and jump right in here.
Go for it.
What lake straddles in the California-Nevada border west of Carson City, Nevada?
What
Lake Fresno, Lake Bravo, Lake Tahoe, or Lake Mead? What lake straddles the California-Nevada border west of Carson City, Nevada? Lake Fresno, Lake Bravo, Lake Tahoe, Lake Mead.
I don't know. Tahoe's coming to my mind for some reason. So you gonna go Tahoe?
I'm gonna go Tahoe as well here.
All right. Let's see. We got about 7 or so seconds left for those of you playing at home. Lock in your answers if you're playing with your friends or family. What's the answer there?
It is Lake Tahoe.
Oh, we both got it. Nice.
We both did get it there, Pat. So Pat and I are 1 for 1. Let's go ahead and hop into the next one. What sea is north of Turkey? The Red Sea, the Black Sea, the Yellow Sea, or the Coral Sea? Again, what sea is north of Turkey? The Red Sea, the Black Sea, the Yellow Sea, or the Coral Sea?
I don't think it's the Black Sea.
Oh, Turkey. I think it's the Red Sea, ain't it?
I think it's the Red Sea.
I'm gonna go ahead and lock in with I'm gonna say the Red Sea.
I'm going Red Sea as well. That's the one that comes to my mind.
Remember, what sea is north of Turkey? Red, black, yellow, or coral? And the answer is the Black Sea.
Oh,
so we were wrong. It's also bordered by Ukraine to the north, Russia to the northeast, Georgia to the east, and Bulgaria and Romania to the west. All right, we're 50%. It's still an F,
50,
but we got questions to go
through.
Where is Lake Erie? Or Eyre? I was like Erie. I'm like, that's easy.
That's Ohio.
Where is Lake Eyre? Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, New Zealand, or Australia?
Lake Eyre?
Lake Eyre. E-Y-R-E. I think it's Eyre.
Y-R-E.
Where's Lake Eyre or Eyre? Papua New Guinea, Malaysia, New Zealand, or Australia?
That's a good question.
I know. I'm going to go ahead and just say Australia.
I'm going New Zealand on this one.
New Zealand and Australia? All right, let's see what the answer is. And it's Australia, so I'll go ahead and take that one there. It's actually the largest salt lake in Australia.
I didn't even know Australia had lakes, to be honest.
I think everywhere has lakes, though, right?
I thought it was just a bunch of kangaroos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they have to have water, so they have to have lakes, right?
Well, I thought they were just surrounded by oceans. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but kangaroo can't just, drink salt water.
True. I didn't think of that.
All right, let's go ahead and hop into the next one here. All right. What is the world's largest saltwater lake? Caspian Sea, Lake Victoria, Lake Tinga. Oh, gosh, I can't read that one. Tanganyika, or Lake Kivu? Again, what is the world's largest saltwater lake? Caspian Sea, Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika, or Lake Kivu?
I'm going Caspian Sea on this one. I don't know.
I'm gonna say Lake Victoria. I feel like the largest. This is the world. I'm thinking the United States. Anyways, I'm just going to stick with Victoria.
All right.
Let's see what the answer is. And you're right, Pat. You took this one. It is the Caspian Sea. The Caspian Sea straddles Europe and Asia. It covers 143,500 square miles and is 92 feet below sea level. All right, going on to the next one here. This straight connection to the northern strip of Oman, the Arabian Peninsula, and the south coast of Iran is known as Aden Strait, Strait of Hormuz, Oman Strait, Bab el-Mandeb. It's a little bit of a harder one here. This strait connecting the northern tip of Oman, the Arabian Peninsula, and the south coast of Iran is known as Aden Strait, Strait of Hormuz, Oman Strait, Bab el-Mandeb. I'm going to say...
I'm going Oman Strait.
I'm going to go Oman Strait as well. That's one I was looking at. This one, I have absolutely no clue.
But, I mean, one of the places that connects is Oman, so that's where my line of thinking is going.
Well, guess what? We're both wrong. It's actually the Strait of Hormuz. The Hormuz Strait, formerly called the Hormuz Strait, is an important transport route for oil tankers. The city of Hormuz, near modern Bandar Abbas, Iran, became a major trade center by ca. 1200. It was relocated to the island of Hormuz by ca. 1300. Ca? What is that?
California? I don't know.
No, it's anyways, that one was a little difficult. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on there. Great Salt Lake has always been known for having very saline waters. In which state can this be found? Ohio, Utah, Wyoming, or Nevada?
Utah, I believe.
I believe it's Utah as well.
Yeah.
Great Salt Lake has always been known. This is such a weirdly worded question.
I know, right?
Has been known for having very saline waters. In which state can this be found? Ohio, Utah, Wyoming, or Nevada? And I'm pretty sure it's Utah. This is the one I was thinking of earlier.
I think it's Utah as well.
I think it is
Salt Lake City, Utah. That's
exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Utah as well. Ding, ding. We're both right there, Pat. The remains of a prehistoric lake, Great Salt Lake, is the most saline lake in the United States. Due to the fact that much of its water is evaporated in the warm summer days, the lake is saltier than others. Salt Lake City, Utah was the host of the 2002 Winter Olympic Games. It was certainly a good contender. The body of water often creates heavy lake effect snowfall. Let's go ahead and move on here. I am the largest subglacial lake under the Antarctic ice. What name do I go by? Lake Vostok, Lake Vantok, Lake Bortok, or Lake Mortok? I am the largest subglacial lake under the Antarctic ice.
Oh my!
What name do I go by? Lake Vostok, Lake Vantok, Lake Bortok, Lake Mortok.
I am not familiar with Antarctica.
Oh no, neither.
I'm going with the second one. What was
Vantok?
That? Vantok, yeah.
I'm gonna go Vostok just because they're very similar there. All right, let's see who's right. And the answer is Lake Vostok. Give me that card there. The lake was found in the 1970s after GIS, the Geographic Information System, started to be used on the continent. Lake Vostok's waters are around -3 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
However, they stay liquid due to the high pressure of the ice above and the geothermal heat from below. Man,
-3 degrees Celsius is actually not that cold. That's just a little bit below freezing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's probably like 25 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that.
Oh, that's not even that bad then. Okay, I was sitting there thinking like -25.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah, because 0 degrees Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit.
It is known as the largest estuary in the United States of America. It lies off the Atlantic Ocean and is surrounded by the states of Virginia and Maryland. Which bay is it? Jefferson Bay, Chesapeake Bay, Washington Bay, or Labrador Bay? It is known as the largest estuary, whatever that is, in the United States of America. It lies off the Atlantic Ocean and is surrounded by the states of Virginia, Maryland, and Maryland. Which bay is it? Jefferson Bay, Chesapeake Bay, Washington Bay, or Labrador Bay? I'm going to say Washington.
I going Chesapeake on this one. I'm not entirely sure.
That's what you got too. I just guessed because there were like 2 seconds left. You got it there right, Pat.
Nice.
The word Chesapeake was believed to have been taken from the Algonquian, one of the native North American tribes, word broadly meaning Village at the Big River. More modern linguists believe it should have been translated as many shellfish. This would certainly prove true because even in the 21st century, Chesapeake Bay is known for the seafood production. Its waters are a reliable source for desirable blue crabs, clams, and oysters.
Nice.
All right, which strait among the following is not a real one? Strait of Gibraltar, Cook Strait, Strait of Magellan, or Strait of Bartholomew? I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that. Which strait among the following is not a real one? Strait of Gibraltar, Cook Strait, Strait of Magellan, or Strait of Bartholomew? I'm gonna say the Strait of Bartholomew. I don't think that sounds right. Like, who's named Bartholomew? I mean, this is old, but still.
I don't know. I'll go with that as well.
All right, let's see what the answer is. And we are both correct. It is the Strait of Bartholomew, so that's a good guess. Strait of Magellan is located in the southernmost tip of South America. It was named after Ferdinand Magellan, who first discovered it. The Strait of Gibraltar separates the western parts of Europe and Africa, and it connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Atlantic Ocean. Cook Strait is located at about 40 degrees south in the Tasman Sea, separating New Zealand's North and South Islands. Bartholomew Diaz was a great explorer and was the first person to reach the Cape of Good Hope. However, he does not have a strait named after him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bartholomew was a person, but I don't recall a strait being named after him.
Yeah.
That one almost threw me off because I was thinking the first one at first because that was such a weird name.
The first sea we encounter is a colorful one. He has good connections with the Sea of Marmara. It is located between the two continents. Which sea have we just came across? The Baltic Sea, the Beryl Sea, Brown Sea, or Black Sea?
I'll repeat that again.
The first sea we encounter is a colorful one. He has good connections with the Sea of Marmara. It is located between two continents. Which sea have we come across? The Baltic Sea, Beryl Sea, Brown Sea, or Black Sea?
Connected between two continents.
I'm going to go ahead and say just the Baltic Sea.
It's either the Baltic Sea or the Black Sea. I don't know. I'm going Baltic as well. That's the one that comes to my mind.
Well, we're both wrong. It is the Black Sea.
Oh, I should have gone with the Black Sea.
Alrighty, pal. Let's go ahead and count up our ones here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got about 50% there.
I got 5 as well.
All right. Well, we're even, Pat. We have to have a tiebreaker here. We got about 10 minutes left. That was a little fun one. That one was very interesting. I didn't really know much about it. But, whoops. I accidentally closed out of it, and I wanted to try the sports trivia, but that's fine. I can just go to the history.
It's funtrivia.com if you want to pull it back up.
Yeah, I'll find it here in a second. Whatever.
That was that was interesting. We actually did better than I thought we would do on that one.
Funtrivia.com. All right. I wanted to try a sports one just because I'm a big sports guy. Let's see if I can find anything here. Football. Where you at? Football. American football. NFL by season. Ooh, this will be fun.
Yeah, don't do anything with people because I'm not very familiar with people. But
Pat, like, I'm taking this as an advantage because I'm the host today, and you always beat me in trivia, so I'm taking the advantage here. Okay. All right. NFL 2020s. Browns versus Steelers. Oh gosh. Okay, that's very specific. Hold on.
Oh boy, that's a specific game.
Exactly. Now, let me find a good one here. I should have found this before, but that's fine. All right. Okay, I'm trying to find a good decade one to do. Let's do 2015 NFL season opening week. This is like right when I started watching football, I believe, or maybe like a year after. This one's gonna be a bit harder for me. All right, where's it at?
You click timed quiz.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of a brain fart.
It's all right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so what's the intro on this one?
The 2015 NFL season kicked off in style with some great games in week 1.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we got about 10 minutes here, so I might need to speed through this one a little bit, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. The first game of the 2015 NFL regular season was a Thursday night battle between two familiar foes. Which player had I'm not going to say that word, off-season, during which he had a subject investigation of inflated footballs and was a starting quarterback of the winning team? Ben Roethlisberger, Johnny Manziel, Ryan Mallett, or Tom Brady? You don't know this one, Pat? This one's kind of obvious.
I've heard of it, but I don't.
Deflategate. This is after the Seahawks lost the Super Bowl, which I don't like to talk about.
I was going to say I heard of it. I don't remember the person.
Ben Roethlisberger, Johnny Manziel, Ryan Mallett, or Tom Brady? Who are you saying? I'm going to wait till you say it first.
Part of me wants to say Tom Brady just for the heck of it, but
I'm saying Tom Brady because I know it is. It is Tom Brady, so we both get one there.
Nice.
Make sure you get
Tom Brady is notorious for doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of true. And after he beat my Seahawks back in the Super Bowl 49, I got a little bit of hard feelings there. But I don't think the Deflategate thing was real. But anyways,
and then South Park, are you going to Tom Brady your way through this game?
Yeah, I'm glad you remember that. That's hilarious, man.
You broke the rules.
Yeah, I didn't break the rules. You broke the rules. Yeah, right. That's awesome. All right, the AFC East had one boisterous head coach switch teams during the 2015 NFL season. Who was this individual that coached the New York Jets from 2009 to 2014 before moving over to the Buffalo Bills for the 2015 season? Rex Ryan, Don Shula, Bill Cowher, or Mike Tomlin? So basically, which coach switched from the Jets to the Bills after the at the start of the 2015 season? Pat, Rex Ryan, no Don Shula, Bill Cowher, or Mike Tomlin? I'm pretty sure I know this one as well. Okay, about 5 seconds here.
I'm just gonna randomly guess the third one.
Bill Cowher. I'm gonna say Rex Ryan. I'm pretty sure it's Rex Ryan. And I am correct. It is Rex Ryan. I remember him coaching the New York Jets back when Mark Sanchez was there. And then, obviously, they had some issues there with not making the playoffs, which they haven't done in forever. And he went up to Buffalo. So Rex Ryan over there in Buffalo. Let's go ahead and move on here. Several quarterbacks found a new home for the 2015 NFL season. Which player that had played for the Philadelphia Eagles the prior season led the St. Louis Rams to a Week 1 victory over the divisional rival Seattle Seahawks? Was it Randall Cunningham, Nick Foles, Jeremy Maclin, or LaShawn McCoy? Several quarterbacks found a new home for the 2015 NFL season. Which player had played for the Philadelphia Eagles the prior season the St. Louis Rams to a Week 1 victory over the divisional rival Seahawks? Randall Cunningham, Nick Foles, Jeremy Maclin, or LaShawn McCoy?
I don't know. Cunningham sounds familiar, but I don't think that's the answer. But I'm going to go with it anyway.
All right, I'm going to go with Nick Foles. And the answer is Nick Foles.
Nice.
Nick Foles has been a veteran quarterback around the league. He's played for a lot of teams. Obviously, he played for the Eagles team that won Super Bowl 51 or 52 against Tom Brady. Obviously, Nick Foles, basically the GOAT of that game. He did it all. He won Super Bowl MVP, and now he's on the Bears where he's making a bunch of money for doing nothing, pretty much. He's the third-string quarterback. And St. Louis, after their defense stopped Marshawn Lynch on 4th and 1. You don't stop Marshawn Lynch too much. So, big surprise there. Possibly the biggest surprise of Week 1 of the 2015 NFL season was the success that a new quarterback had. Which rookie quarterback threw for 209 yards and 4 touchdowns in just 16 attempts in a Week 1 rout during which his team won 42-14? Was it Blaine Gabbert, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, or Jimmy Garoppolo?
I have no idea. I don't know any of those people.
Just take a guess. Blaine Gabbert, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Say the names again.
Blaine Gabbert, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Jimmy Garoppolo.
The first one.
All right, I'm going to go with Jameis Winston. And it was Marcus Mariota, so we were both wrong. I forgot.
Oh, wow.
Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston came in the same draft. Blaine Gabbert came in quite a while ago. Jameis Winston had a pretty good rookie season. I think he had Rookie of the Year. I'm not too sure. But Marcus Mariota, he did ball out quite a bit. Obviously, he's on the Raiders now, with Ryan Tannehill being there in Tennessee. But Marcus Mariota, he did ball out in that game, apparently. It's been a few years, so give me a break. It's been about 6 years, all right? By yardage, the top quarterback and receiver of Week 1 of the 2015 NFL season came from the same team. Which team was the team that defeated the Detroit Lions 32-28 after stellar performances from Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen? Was it the New York Giants, Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, or San Diego Chargers? Excuse me, San Diego Chargers. Yeah.
What are the teams again?
The Giants, Jags, Dolphins, or Chargers? I don't know this one.
I'm just going to guess Giants on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Giants as well. And the answer is the San Diego Chargers. Oh, I got confused by the question. Okay, but yeah, I knew they were on the Chargers, but I didn't know that's what the question was asking.
Oh.
But anyways, we both got it wrong. It was the San Diego Chargers. I knew Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen were both there on the same team. I thought it was which team played I don't know what I was thinking. Either way, we both got it wrong, Pat. Let's go ahead and move on here. Unfortunately, during Week 1 of the 2015 NFL season, some big-name players got hurt. Which speedy receiver from the Washington Redskins pulled his left hamstring early in the game against the Miami Dolphins and never returned? Art Monk, Tavon Austin, Miles Austin, or Deshaun Jackson? I'm pretty sure this is... I can't say it because you don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, there's two Austins.
Art Monk, Tavon Austin, Miles Austin, or Deshaun Jackson?
There's two Austins, so chances are it's one of them. I'm going with this number 3 choice.
Miles Austin?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Deshaun Jackson. And the answer is Deshaun Jackson playing for the Washington Redskins. I remember he got traded there, and then after that he went to Tampa for a bit. And then after that, he went back to the Eagles, and now he's a member of the Rams. He's near the end of his career now, with it being 2021, but I believe he's going to be there for about a year or two. Then he'll probably retire as an Eagle when the time comes. Possibly the best performance by a running back in Week 1 of the 2015 NFL season occurred on a late Monday night game. What second-year player for the San Francisco 49ers ran for 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, in this team's victory over the Minnesota Vikings? Was it Colin Kaepernick, Adrian Peterson, Vernon Davis, or Carlos Hyde?
Carlos Hyde?
Carlos Hyde. Is that what you said?
I said Carlos Hyde. I was
okay. So Colin Kaepernick, Adrian Peterson, Vernon Davis, or Carlos Hyde?
No idea.
All right.
I'll go with Carlos Hyde just because his name sounds.
I'm pretty sure that's. I'm about 100% sure that's who it is. So. All right, and the answer is Carlos Hyde.
Nice.
He was with the San Francisco 49ers, and then he got traded to the Texans earlier. I believe it was a couple years ago, and then he was a part of the Seahawks, and now he's part of the Jags. A number of NFL tight ends had huge performances in Week 1 of the 2015 NFL season. Which of these tight ends did not have at least 90 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns during Week 1? Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez, or Tyler Eifert?
Which one did not?
Which one did not have at least 90 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns during Week 1? Rob Gronkowski, Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez, or Tyler Eifert?
That's interesting. Tony Gonzalez, I've heard a lot about him, so I don't think he's the answer. We'll go randomly with the last one.
Tyler Eifert? I say it's Tony Gonzalez because he wasn't in the league then.
Oh, you wasn't?
And nope, not in 2015. Tony Gonzalez is the correct answer. Tony Gonzalez retired back in 2013 when he was a member of the Atlanta Falcons. Known as one of the best tight ends of all time, if not the best tight end. But now, we got Gronkowski and stuff, so that's an arguable debate. All right, try to wrap these up here. We got about 2 questions left. One kicker made 2 field goals longer than 50 yards in the 2015 season opener. Who was this player from the Denver Broncos who connected on 4 field goals, including 1 from 57 yards? Orlando Mayer, Matthew Stover, Jason Elam, or Brandon McManus? Again, Orlando Mayer, Matthew Stover, Jason Elam, or Brandon McManus?
We'll go Brandon McManus randomly on this one.
You're going Brandon McManus?
Randomly, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with Brandon McManus as well, so let's see who it is. And the answer is Brandon McManus.
Nice.
Pretty much the MVP of that game. Brandon McManus, early in his career, really good kicker. I mean, still has a pretty good leg on him, but early in the career, definitely a lot better. All right, last question. Possibly the most exciting game of Week 1 of the 2015 NFL regular season game in the matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and New York Giants. Which quarterback starting his 13th season with the team threw for 356 yards and 3 touchdowns in his team's 27-26 victory? Was it Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Ryan Tannehill, or Tony Romo?
I've heard of Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning. I don't know which one it is.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Ryan Tannehill, or Tony Romo? Give about 5 seconds.
We'll go Peyton Manning.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and go with Tony Romo because Peyton Manning was not on either of those teams in his NFL career. And it was Tony Romo. He was part of the Dallas Cowboys back in 2015. It was his 13th season. He retired a few years ago. But yeah, that was about it. So I had a lot of fun with that trivia. Obviously, this is the first time I beat you.
Well,
I obviously,
you're a gimmick because I don't follow sports.
I obviously have a massive advantage over you, but I kind of had to take advantage of that. So that was your Right Morning Show here on Tuesday for Trivia Tuesday. I had a great time, Pat. What about you?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and sign out for the day.
Oh, you got to count before you sign out, you got to
Okay, I'll count officially. Pretty sure I have 14 because I got 9 out of 10 right, and then we had 5 right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had 8.
1,
I got
2,
3
3,
right,
4,
which is
5, 6,
better. Considering I'm kind of randomly guessing, that's still better than I expected.
I think you forgot to give me one because I know I had 9 out of 10 right.
No, you had 8
I
out
had
of
2.
10. We both had.
That's right. The San Diego Chargers
We both had
won.
2 wrong. Yeah.
Both had 2. I thought you had more than.
I meant, well,
I had 2.
there were 2 questions where we
1,
were both
2,
wrong on,
3,
is what I meant
4,
to say.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in total. What about you, Pat?
Yep. I got 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
nice.
right. I'll take the victory on Trivia Tuesday, but next week we'll do something more for both of us. We'll do some research on what trivia we're doing. Thank you for making us part of your morning. It's been great, as always. Thank you so much, Pat. It's been great. Thanks for hopping on with me. Thanks for coming in, after your COVID shot and everything, and producing some great content here at the station. So, appreciate it, man.
Everybody have a great morning. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for another episode.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be here in the office as well. I should be, so you should be able to catch both of us, Patrick and myself, here on the Right Morning Show. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 9 to 11 a.m. here on WWSU 106.9